Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek, bringing you episode 2 of a playthrough of Myth, the board game, using the 2.0 rules to the best of my ability. I didn't get a lot of feedback on mistakes or anything, so I guess we did okay. But we're gonna jump right into it. Now remember, these are experienced adventurers. They've already been on an adventure or two, and in the last adventure, they were seeking out the undead horde for Sir Acheron and also his lady love, Catherine, who appeared to be captured by them. They did find out that she was, in fact, captured by them, and a giant behemoth of a skeletal figure had Lady Catherine supporting him on a palanquin. And this is him right here, is Bones, big bad Bones, big bad guy, right? And there's the people supporting him. And we fled because we didn't know how to deal with him. But we came back, we tracked him to a lair, and we are currently entering the lair. We defeated the undead that were guarding the entrance of this waterfall lair. The lair hides behind the falls, and we're trying to get to that now. So that is interesting. But I did want to talk about something, and I'm going to do that right now. This here is our Brigand, and I'm going to get his discard pile out because I want to talk about this. A couple people said that this card that I used was actually a 1.0 version card, but I switched out all the cards. You can see that these other two have this. You can denote it by this. I noticed as I flipped through them, not all of them have that in the 2.0 cards. A lot of them do, but not all of them. And so when I went and pulled out I threw it away, but I went and found it in my trash can and looked at it, and they're exactly the same between the 2.0 and the 1.0 cards. So I wanted to point that out. Unless somebody has a picture of one, that shows that it's actually different. That's what came in my 2.0 set. So, because I replaced every card on the main characters and every card that came in the 2.0 update deck that I got in the mail. So maybe MegaCon made a mistake. Maybe they didn't. I don't know, but that's the card. So anyway, I put that back in his discard pile right there. That's this is his hand right here. And we're going to get busy and start to go into our next turn right now. We're going to plot and plan. I think the first person to go is going to be our Brigand anyway, so it's not bad that we're on him. So let's start to take a look at his cards. So I'll show you in a minute why I want him to go first, but I wish I had a good movement card to use with him. I don't, so maybe I might use the soldier first. Let me check that. I want to get some movement going to get rid of that trap and get to the end of the tile so we're not loitering. Loitering is bad if you know the rules. Like I said, I'm not going to go over all the rules in this video, but I will touch on things as we go by them and we pass the rules by and deal with them. So anyway, let's go to the board and see what we're going to do. I still think I'm going to move the rogue, or the Brigand rather. Okay, so, oops, sorry, bumped the camera there. And what I think I'm going to do here, you can see the rogue. He's right here, or she rather is right here. That's her. Okay, and she's right here. She's next to the skeleton, and the skeleton, of course, has you can see her. She's not hiding or anything. I might do this, which means we're going to take a normal movement. We can use this tactic in a normal movement. So what we're going to do is she is going to step here for one action into the space with the treasure. Actually, I don't know if I want to do that. She's got tons of stuff. You know who's really got no good items is the Acolyte, but we can trade stuff anyway. Yeah, she's going to... Rogue's going to move there. Brigand's going to move there and pick up the treasure that's there. So I'm going to get out the treasure deck or the treasure cup rather, the Doom Cup of SpongeBob, and we're going to do all the treasure tokens are in there. So we're going to draw one out. Okay, not looking, just trying to mix them up and see what I get. Hopefully I get something good. Oh, nice, a green token. That is outstanding. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to take the green deck of cards. We're going to shuffle them up real quick. And we're going to draw one for our Brigand. And then we're going to do one more thing. Now, we made a full move. We used 2 movement points. We don't have any special movement actions, so that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to probably off one of these skellies real quick. But let's see what we get as an item. Boom, a mace. Well, hey, that would be great for the Acolyte. It does a 2 D10, and it uses a rage symbol, so like the warrior or the soldier, plus 2 damage of attacking a layer. That's actually pretty good. The Brigand is not going to equip that. Brigand's going to put it in his inventory. We're going to trade that off at some point. But that's a pretty cool item. So there we go. We're going to get this. We're going to put the cut back, and now we're going to finish the Brigand's turn. We're still sitting right here. So what we're going to do with the Brigand is we're going to play Dirty Tactics. Now we can play that with a full move. It doesn't give us any bonuses though. It says attack one target within range. If the target is hit, it may only spend one movement point this turn. Don't really care about that. It does move the darkness track up one. So we're going to go vrr, 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 and then we're going to do our attack. So let's place this in the appropriate action slot. And then we're going to, now this is his action, so that's all she's going to be able to do this turn. And we're going to gather her dice pool. So right now we're going to be using her dagger. That gives her 1d10 and 2 fate dice. So there be that. And I don't know if you can see it clearly, but we'll just take a look at it up close so you can. There it is. So let's, come on, focus, baby. There you go. Okay, so you can see 1d10, 2 fate dice, and then if you roll your symbol, you're not knocked out of shadows, but we're not worrying about that right now. And then we have the mythical cloak, which also gives a bonus of +1 fate die. So we're going to get a third fate die. And then, of course, we're going to get another d10 and a fate die just for the fact that she is a brigand. And that's our dice pool right there. So let's go roll it. Okay, here we go. Well, we got a whole bunch of stuff. Now, we actually did roll the rogue symbol, but it doesn't matter because it's not in shadows. We rolled a 9 and a 10, so we easily killed this little booger right here. He is gone, kaput, which will raise the threat level of the Brigand by 1, but that's going to come back down because he only used 1 action space this turn. Okay, that is going to be the end of the Brigand's turn for now. And we could go back and play more cards later if we choose to, but I don't see that we will. And so I think from there we're going to go with our Apprentice. Whatever we do, we've got to keep her moving, but let's look at her cards. She's got this Sphere of Deflections ongoing. She can take anything but a running move scenario. Blood of Gaia, which will do some serious damage. I could kill 3 of them with that. And of course the Mountains Crumble. These are all actions, but this is a reaction. So we're going to play this one first. And it says range 2. Each enemy range attack targeting a hero within range has this TN. Its TN increased by 2. So we're going to do that and play that in. Now remember, she's already got this Winter's Bite down because she played it as a counteraction on the darkness phase. So we're going to play that. Boom. That is going to increase the darkness track by 1, which I'll do in a moment. Which also then gives her that sphere ability with a range of 2 around her. So deflect archery, that's pretty good. So darkness track is up to 4. What are we going to do after that with her? She doesn't really have any movement, but she does have the ability to do some serious damage. A little leery about clearing the board, because if you loiter in a space for too long, you start to suffer from that. But let's do it. Let's play this Blood of Gaia. So it's an attack. It's an action. She hasn't moved, but I do intend for her to move at least 1. So let's say she's going to move 2. That'll give her a +1 d10. She's going to make her normal movement instead of cautious movement. This is attack, fire, focus. Attack 1 target within range. These attacks also affect the 3 squares behind and adjacent. Okay, so to the target as shown. So here, now this one's going to increase our darkness track by 2, which will trigger a darkness event, but they may all be dead. It may not matter. So we're going to go 1, 2 to here. Let me see if you can still see her there. Then we're going to play this. Boom, and that's she's having a pretty good round this turn. And then we're going to target it right here so it gets this one, these 2 here, and this one. Pretty sure we can do that. Or wait a second. Well, we can figure it out so we can do that. I'm fairly confident. What I can do is start it here, come back this way because I got a range of 3 with her enchanted twig. So I could literally start here, come back this way, hit 1, 2, 3, so we can get them. Okay, now we're going to hit them all, but remember we only roll 1 set of dice, and if we hit them all, and that's the way it goes. So we're going to form our dice pool first. So again, we get 1 d10 and 1 fate die for the fact that she's the apprentice. We get another d10 for her enchanted twig, and we get another fate die for her ring of kings, which is this right here, so you can see. And I think that's all that she's going to get for, yep, that's it. So she's just going to roll this. Hopefully she hits once because that's all she needs. Okay, let's do it. 9, she did get a 9. She got 2 rage symbols, doesn't really help much. But that's going to go bam and get all 3 of these. So she has wiped the board completely in this magical round of death, which will unfortunately bump her rage up to 3, which is okay. She's going to get 1 back. She's not going to have a, I mean, it's not her rage, her threat rather, up to 3, but that's it's not going to hurt her too bad. And she doesn't have any movement cards, unfortunately, so that's as far as she's getting this turn. We did not loiter this turn, but I am worried about next turn. So we're going to take the turn of our Acolyte. He's just going to move to here. He really can't do anything because the only thing he could do is pray, but he doesn't have many prayer cards, so this isn't going to help him much. Yeah, I don't know that that's going to do him a whole heck of a lot of good. He doesn't need the faith in his hand right now. I was going to try and do this soothe wounds for the apprentice who did take a point of damage, but I guess we'll have to do that later. And then we're going to take, now we're not playing any cards. There's nothing to play there really. And then we're going to do, you can see that the Brigand, our warrior also doesn't have a whole lot of cards that need to be played. And so unfortunately we're going to discard a lot of cards. So the warrior is just going to go 1, 2 to here, head down the river. Because again, we don't want to loiter, and loitering is bad. I have to look and see if it's different in the new rules, but I doubt it is. I'm sure it's just a bad thing. So let me look at that, and then we're going to continue on. That's pretty much going to wrap up the turn anyway, but let's go on with that. Something I forgot to do actually was the Blood of Gaia actually bumped the Darkness track up to there, which put us at 6 and has us draw a card. It says event, if there are 2 more captains in the single realm tile, then convert 1 into a layer. That is not a fact. The darkness activates at 5 for the rest of the act. If we have a threat penalty, we don't activate anybody because there's no one left and there's no spawn. So that is the end of that. Nothing is going to happen. That resets the threat track there. I think I did that right. Anyway, let's look at the... Yeah, I want to look at loitering. I'll be right back. Okay, well, it's not going to be so bad. I guess I'm trying to refresh my memory on it. I haven't done this in a while. It says the heroes do not collectively spend at least 1 action point during a hero cycle. They are considered to be loitering. If the heroes are loitering at the end of the hero cycle, remove 1 treasure counter from the darkness board and place the treasure counter near the hero play area. For each treasure counter that collected this way, the maximum amount of treasure allowed by all future realm tiles is reduced. Well, we didn't loiter at all this turn because we did use action points, and we will next turn too by trying to move. So then let's go into, basically, we would now go into our hero card refresh phase before we, or hero card phase before we go into our refresh phase. Hero deck rather. So we're going to do that. I'm going to start with I'll just start with the Brigand. Okay, so we only used 1 card for the Brigand, Dirty Tactics. We're going to discard that. That left 3 open spaces. So the Brigand's threat goes back to 0. We're going to have to keep one of these cards. I think I'm just going to keep Bloodletting. And we'll get some attack cards back. So we're going to keep that one and draw 3 more. 2 and 3. Oh, good, I got Unravel, which is this kind of what I was looking for because I want to do this on the trap next turn. Just to disarm it, just because I want to disarm it. And then we got Shadow Touch and Unseen Ally. Those aren't going to help us very much. That is it for the Brigand. Okay, our Apprentice has 1 open action spot, so the threat meter is going to go down 1. We're going to get rid of Blood of Gaia and Winter's Bite. Those are going in the discard pile for the Apprentice. I think all these are, yeah, these are all discards. Right? Yep. Okay. And then we're going to move this, so we're going to slide this on down to that action spot 1. And then we're going to draw back up. So 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully some movement. We need movement. Breath of Heroes, Attack, and Aura of the Elements, another ongoing. So yeah, but we're definitely going to keep this ongoing running. And that's going to be it for the Apprentice. So for the Acolyte, you know, we're going to keep our soothing wounds because we may need, I want to heal the Apprentice at some point. So we're going to get rid of those 3. We're going to draw, oh, by the way, no threat on the Apprentice at all. 1, 2, and 3. Man, I need some movement, guys. Movement. No movement on him. I don't know if you just saw what he got. He got Armor of Faith, Blood of an Overcomer, and Stand Fast. None of these are going to help us at this moment in time. And then we're going to go to our Soldier. The Soldier already didn't have any threat, so that's going to go down one. And we're going to look at the cards. What do we want to keep? I think we'll keep this counterattack in case. Well, we're not in a new tile. We'll keep Riding the Edge. Riding the Edge is good. Boom, Riding the Edge, and we'll get rid of the rest and drop 3 more. What do we get down? Hopefully a movement card, maybe. No movement cards. Hidden Blade, I'll take that. Okay. Well, that's not good for us because it's going to get us slow moving with no action point. I thought we'd be able to spend an action point. How do we spend an action point? I got to find a way to spend an action point next turn, basically, as we move through. Well, we're going to disarm the trap. That'll do it. Okay, guys, that means we go to our refresh phase, and in our refresh phase, the darkness meter, players check for an active enemy. There are no enemies, so nothing happens. We activate allies, not do that. Quest results, nothing. Status results, nothing. Trap results, well, the trap would increase the darkness cycle, but it's not going to. And then we clean up, which is done already. And so basically that is going to be the end of our session, guys. Thanks so much. Hope you enjoyed it. It was quick, relatively quick for this game. And we'll get right on next time. We got to get to, let me go over what we're going to do next. So I am going to have the rogue or the brigand disarm this trap so we don't loiter. I'm going to have everybody move this way, trying to get to this tile's edge so we can explore this tile and populate it. We're going to have one more battle scenario there before we get to the big board. Once we've cleared that, we're going to move over to the big board where we're going to face Bones himself and see if we can save the soul of Lady Catherine. That's what we're trying to do right now. But we've cleared this, so we just got to make sure we don't loiter because I don't want to lose any treasure tokens, possibly good stuff. I also want to get the well, the Brigand and the Acolyte are very close to each other in space. I may have the Brigand. I want the Brigand to get that mace to the Acolyte, definitely. So yeah, we're going to do that. But that's it for this turn, guys. So thanks so much, and I will talk to you next time. Enjoy. Let me know what you think. If you like I said, these 2.0 rules don't really change very much. It's just more clear. There's more clarity about these things. And again, we did play a ton of wild cards, so there wasn't anything to really explore with the 2.0 stuff this turn for us. But had fun. Okay, guys. See you next time.